Arizona.
Okay.
They're doing that backwards.
Well, no, what happened was the farm crisis in the 80s. Their job went away, so they moved out there for a job.
Everybody
And when they
rise.
retired, they came here.
They rise. Everybody rise.
Oh, we're rising? Okay.
You may all be seated. Friends and family and loved ones, we come here today in the sight of God and all of you to witness the joining in marriage of Renelyn and Scott. We gather around them now in this beautiful room, and we look with love and hope as these two begin their new life together as one. Marriage is a sacred institution. It's a tradition of partnership and of trust and dependence on one another. In navigating sometimes stormy seas and things in our lives. People have said that marriage only requires work, commitment, and sacrifice. And certainly all those things are true. However, a healthy marriage needs a firm foundation, and that foundation is love. What does love mean? A lot of people say they love things like sports and cars and food. That ain't what makes a solid marriage. A solid marriage comes from being willing to make sacrifices. The love we need comes from being committed to working through everything together and talking to one another, even when it's difficult. And sometimes saying you're sorry, even when you know it isn't your fault. And never going to bed angry with each other. The love we need and the work it takes to maintain all of this, it is worth it. With that foundation of love, through the mixture of work, sacrifice, and commitment, we build trust and intimacy with each other. And all the beautiful other things that make a marriage worthwhile, it becomes a reality. Renee, Renelyn, and Scott, are you ready to proclaim the foundation of love for one another in the sight of God and His witnesses? Renelyn, do you take Scott to be your lawfully wedded husband? Will you honor and cherish him, love him, and trust him, and commit to him through joy and pain, through sickness and in health, and whatever life may throw at you both until death do you part? Scott, do you take Renelyn to be your lawfully wedded wife? Will you honor her, cherish her, love her and trust her, and commit to her through joy and pain, sickness and in health, and whatever life may throw at you both until death do you part? Now is the time to exchange wedding rings. Do you have the rings? A wedding ring is a symbol of a binding and an unending commitment, and a symbol of attachment and of belonging to one another. It is not a possession, but a partnership. Renelyn, please repeat after me. Scott, I promise to love you and commit to you my whole life. I promise to be there for you when you need me. To be honest with you and to be faithful to you and you alone, and to walk through the valley of life together, just as we will climb and stand on top of the mountains together. Scott, please repeat after me. Renlund, I promise to love you and commit to you my whole life. I promise to be there for you when you need me. To be honest with you. To be faithful to you. And you alone. And to walk through the valleys of life together. Just as we would climb and stand on top of the mountain. Ready place to read. Renlund and Scott, having proclaimed your love and commitment to one another in the eyes of all your friends and loved ones, and with the power invested in me through God in the state of Iowa, I am so happy to pronounce you husband and wife. You kiss your bride. Thank you so much for joining. They would like to invite you to Casa de Oro on 2nd Street for a little celebration. And you have a kiss for me. How about if I get out of bed?
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it very much. Hope to see you at the restaurant. We're going to have to sign some papers here real quick, and we'd like to take some pictures real quick before we can head over that way. So half hour, 45 minutes, we're going to head over to the restaurant. Okay. Thank you all for coming. It was great to see everybody here. Thank you.
Congratulations!
This was the normal book there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
They're very non-PDA.
Yeah.
Not in private, but in public PDAs. I know.